Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I'm in the house with the Emerson Knives Mini A-100 here with me for a review. And we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this little guy over here. But first of all, I need to thank you, to say a big thank you to my buddy, Mysterious Collector, for sending this knife along, so I'm able to share it with you. And second of all, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content right over here. Would you look at this? Because this is not the regular Mini A100 you can find. This is a little bit special. We're gonna find out in a second, but first of all, let's just check the size. This guy is 7.2 overall inches overall in overall length, with a 3-inch 3-inch long blade, maybe a little bit less cutting edge, and a handle of like 4.1 inches. And let's just quickly check how this guy is doing up against Ontario Rat number 1. Look at that, smaller. What about Ontario Rat number 2? Kind of like same size, but a little bit a smidge bigger, but we are talking like same ballpark. What about if you're like a Benchmade fan and you own a bag out? There you have it. What about if you have a mini bag out? That's your mini bag out. Maybe you have like a sweet spot for Spydercos, and boom, that's your paramilitary 2, or maybe you prefer smaller knives, and boom, that's your para 3. And you can see that this guy is pretty much in the same ballpark of the para 3, with a little bit longer cutting edge. Another couple options here. I want to show you some popular knives. This is the Chris Reeve Knives large Sebenza 21 with some carbon fiber inlays, and this is the small Sebenza 21 with a fantastic spirograph Damascus blade. Another couple pretty cool knives I got kicking around. Here is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, and this is the also Custom Knife Factory 520, just two gorgeous blades. Let me show you just another couple here that I'm neglecting lately. Actually, this is the Fontenil Pateau Laitière, beautiful knife. This is Laitière Nature. By the way, this is the Fab edition, and Mammoth pulp, just fantastic, gorgeous knife. And also from Fontenil Pateau, a little bit bigger but slender. This is the La Gouillole Nature with also Mammoth and Raindrop Damascus blade. And what else can I show you guys? Something popular we've got here, of course, that's the Koenig Knives Arius Style 55, and another popular one, of course, Hinder Knives XM18, that's the 3.5-inch version. And let me just show you another couple beauties. Shirogorov Custom Division Neon NL, that's the smaller version of the Shiro, and this is just some gorgeous Shirogorov Custom Division Quantum. Fantastic one, by the way. So what do we have here is the Mini A100 knife. It's the smaller version of the A100, and this is a special version because this is the Emerson Knife Owners Group version. Emerson Knife Owners Group, etched on the pocket clip, and it's sporting like S35VN steel as opposed to the 154 cm steel that it's employed in the G10 version, and this is not G10. This is Rich Light, and it's a very interesting material because it's not a stone. It's kind of like a resin, so it's man-made material, but it works similar like a dense hardwood, but can be easily milled, sanded, joined. So it's water resistant, and that's really cool. It's sanitary. It has a really low moisture absorption. It's heat resistant. It's fire resistant. It's absolutely an extraordinarily dense and durable, and it has a natural appeal because it has like this. It has a nice paper construction, so that's the point. Really high impact resistant. It's deflecting light, and it's really dense. Like you can feel it. It's solid. You can machine this guy 100% easily, and it's 100% made from recycled products. So it's even like green. So I mean, guys, this is pretty good. And also from the tactile point of view, it has a very distinctive feel that actually feels good in the hand. There's a nice texture. You need to touch this guy because it's pretty unique. So that's the main feature beside the S35VN steel that is sporting this special edition, and this is a liner lock, as you can see, with some I believe these are titanium liners, and it's nicely made, guys. This is a really interesting one, not too big. The price on this guy, I saw one lately going for like $350, whereas the G10 and 154 cm version goes for like around 190. So yeah, there's a price increase for sure. This guy is made in USA by Emerson Knives, and it has a very clean look when closed. It's sleek. It's like pretty simple. It has a pretty simple design. It's quite thick, like from this perspective. And fit and finish is pretty spot on. I don't have anything wrong like against the fit and finish of this guy. There's a little bit of 3D milling going on. Like here, it's not like completely flush, so that's pretty good. You have a cutout here to access the lock bar, which is jimped. Like here, you see, nicely done. You have the blade, which in this case it's not perfectly centered because look at that. You see, if you look at like from the tip perspective, you're going to be, this is off center. But if you look at it from this point of view, just forget about this part. Look at that. It looks pretty centered because this is just chisel grind, you see? It's like V grind overall, but as a chisel edge, which kind of makes it obvious if you look at like from this perspective over here. So it's a little bit like leaning on that side because of that reason. So it's actually centered, which is a good thing. Like for example, same thing happens in this cami flipper here, you see, but it's even more evident in this from this angle over here, which is going to be favoring that side. So you have the tip, which is safely recessed down here. You've got two standoffs, one here, one here. You have a drilled hole for your lanyard going through here. If you want to use a bead, you're going to be pretty good to go. And construction is also very simple. Phillips head screwdriver needed to take down the handle screws. Flathead screwdriver here. Closed on this side, so very standard tools to take this guy apart, and the disassembly is gonna be super straightforward. I'm not gonna do this because this guy is a loner, so I'm not gonna do that. Also, you can actually use it as a front flipper. You can use it like a thumb stud, like this, disc stud. So it's thumb disc, sorry. So it's versatile, and that's it's pretty good because of the fidget factor that it's adding to this little puppy. Also, you have being a liner lock, there's no risk to to overextend the lock bar like towards that side. That's going to be blocked by the actual liner here, so it's pretty good to go. You have a tip-up carry only pocket clip, which appears to be steel. I'm not sure, but I think it's steel. 3 screws there. You have the Emerson Knife owner group laser etched marking over here. This clip design, yeah, it's not my favorite because I'm tending not to like just like 2-dimensional pocket clip, but this is tip up carry only. You cannot reverse it on this side, and you cannot do tip down, and it's not much dip carry because that much knife is going to be sticking out from your pocket. So just keep that in mind if you want to be inconspicuous, because yeah, it's going to show that you have a knife. Blade length of this guy is going to be 3.0 3 inches, 3.1, 3 inches overall in length, and sorry, 2.9 for cutting edge. It has some jimping going on over here, which is matching the jimping on the handle. Thumb disc with a Phillips head screwdriver needed, some knurling around the thumb disc, and you have a little bit of chamfering going on up to this point, and then boom, swedge, which ends like at this point, intersecting the primary bevel grind line up to this point, and then sweeping up, and then you see going down, and then pretty wide edge, and maybe I would say like 30% belly, straight edge up to the sharpening choil. On this side, of course, you've got the chisel grind, so you're gonna have to sharpen only this one side and not this one, but you have you can actually appreciate the belt grind lines going into this direction and on the swedge as well, and you have some nice stonewash finish over the flats. So really cool. This side over here is completely sterile looking, no markings whatsoever. Here you have a lot of things going on. You have the Emerson Knives logo, the model Mini A-100 made in USA, number 82, and S35EN for the steel. So it's pretty crowded here, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's just quickly check stock thickness for this bad boy, which is 0.124 inches. And let's try to do like this right over here at this point, 0.04. So it's not the thinness behind the edge. And you can see that it's really not that... not that tall, this the primary bevel, so keep that in mind. If you want to sharpen this guy, you just want to remove your thumb disc because it's gonna probably be in your sharpening path, so just remove that. It's pretty straightforward. And what also is interesting is the sound. It's nice, clicky and clacky when you close it. It's unobtrusive, it's not too loud. If you close it like gently like that, it's very discreet. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like really specific or like to write home about, but yeah, it's not obnoxious, it's not fastidious. It's quite pleasant, I have to say. Let's quickly check the weight of this guy, because it doesn't, I mean, the composite scales are reducing the weight a little bit, because this guy is going to be 3.42 ounces. There's no internal skeletonization on the liners nor in the scale, so keep that in mind. In the hand, this guy feels all right. It's a little bit boxy. There's not much contouring going on. A little bit of chamfering here. No chamfering on the inside. It's not like really ergonomically amazing, I would say. There's a little bit of hotspot created by this point on the clip over here. Nothing too crazy. Jimping is functional here. It's going to be useful to gain a little bit of grippy texture, you know, added grippy texture over here, because this is a little bit smooth, so not really textured, and a little bit on the slippery side, so nothing too crazy. Again, fit and finish feels like, looks pretty good. I see just maybe a little minor gap over here, nothing too crazy. You see, it's just it's well aligned, but like here, you see, it's not like completely flush. You see this scale over here, it's a little bit taller than this one, just like we are talking about really low amount. Maybe from this side you can see it's not fully aligned, so just a minor misalignment there. On this side, you see, it's they did a better job. Also, you've got a little bit of rattling, and I think it's just the clip. So if you hold the clip, see the clip is just not touching the blade, because with use, you know, it tends to bend that way, but that's not a biggie. You can just easily take it down, bend it a little bit back. So I'm just gonna simulate that, and there's nothing rattling, so that's good. No blade play when you try to do this stuff. You can see that actually the screws, the pivot screw is not flush. It's just like a little bit recessed down, so it's not flush with the scale. You have no lock stick going on, so that's a good thing, and you don't have much finger sore, because you have a little bit of area here to disengage the lock bar, and you have some jimping, so that's gonna be working pretty well. Also, this guy is running on washers, as you can see maybe from this point of view. So the deployment is going to be all right. Like a thumb, with the thumb disk is working mostly like with the thumb. Like Spidey thumb, I can't really do it because there's not much area. There's not much clearance here to just snag your finger and be able to flick it open like with the middle finger, like at least I really can't. So just gonna stick with the thumb, or you can just do like a front flipping action like this. So pretty fidgety, it's nice, it's very light. The closing action, you see, it's very smooth when you disengage the lock bar. There's no guillotine effect when you hold it in the vertical position. You just need to wiggle a little bit to have it down, closed. Also, you have a little bit of detent suction going on over here, so that's pretty good. I mean, overall, it's a very interesting knife, a little bit boxy, looking good. I like the concept behind the scales very much. I like the chisel grind, actually. Thumb disc is good, and also it's good that it's a front flipper. It's a classic one, Emerson knives. That's the Mini A-100, and it's a pretty interesting special edition. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.